My name is Manalisha, and today's conversation is going to be all about startups and skilling. Joining us today is somebody who's had an incredible journey since starting up at the age of 16. In 2018, he was listed by Forbes as one of Asia's top young social entrepreneurs. Today, Samyak Chakrabarty is the founder of Workverse, an 8-year-old company that trains learners in 21st century core skills that will help them in the future of work and enhance their employability. So, just to give some context to our audience, you started up at 16 by taking the concept of Model United Nations and youth conclaves to schools and colleges across the country. So, what inspired you to start up at such a young age? And more importantly, how are those learnings helping you in the work that you do today?
So, I'll start with a funny story. When I was in school, I was suspended for writing a love letter. And the school that I came from, writing a love letter was as bad as the worst crime possible. So I was obviously the most outstanding student in school. So my school actually was invited to participate in a Model UN conference. Ever since I'm a young boy, I was always very interested in world politics and all of that. So I really wanted to participate in the Model UN, but obviously the school didn't allow me to. So I wrote directly to the organizers, who very kindly allowed me to come as an independent delegate. When I went there, I thoroughly enjoyed the experience, right? Because as a young boy, 16-year-old, you assume the role of a world leader or a diplomat and debate on global issues. But there is something that I noticed. We were all children from privileged families and elite schools. The event was held at the Taj President with the theme being global hunger. So a bit of a contradiction there. So I asked myself, what if I could create this experience for the masses? Why can't a boy and girl from a BMC school or a tier 2 college also learn what it is to be playing the role of a world leader or a diplomat? Because as a part of the experience, you collaborate, you problem solve, you deal, you write resolutions. So a lot of soft skills, which is very interestingly what I do today, are learned through the Model UN platform. So my first business idea at that age was to build a Model UN platform for the masses. And it did really well. We grew on to become one of the largest MUL platforms in the country with over 10,000 students that participated across 3 years. We even had about 150 students coming from Pakistan. And all the students were from schools whose names you wouldn't know, colleges that employers don't typically go to. But I was so impressed and inspired to see the hunger, to see the passion, the dedication of these kids, because we took stuff for granted, but they really valued it. Share a very quick story. Very recently, I got an email from an unknown person, unknown to me, prima facie. And he said, I want to take you out for a meal to treat you. I participated in the Model UN conference that you organized 14 years ago. And I'm this young farmer's son from outside of Nasik. And I didn't even know what the UN is, but somehow an invite came to my school through you and I participated. And today I work in an international policy think tank in Washington, DC, all because of that exposure. Wow. And I obviously met him for dinner and wow, I mean, yes, I patted my own back too, but more importantly, I saw the power of exposure. I saw what it means when you take something to a group of people that are not used to it, that are not exposed to it, and if they value it, what they can do with it. And I would say that experience played a deep founding role in me concluding what my life purpose is and should be, which is democratizing access to exposure and opportunity, particularly in the context of enhancing employability, which is what the theme of what I do even today is.